Hi, today we're going to learn about linear equations. So I want to talk to you about functions, okay, functions and non-functions. So we're going to have several different ways to look at this information. So this first one is called a mapping diagram, okay? If I have some numbers on this side, these are called my inputs. And then the numbers that come out of the equation are called the outputs, okay? So if I have these numbers, 1, 3, 5, and 7, and then I put them in my equation, and I solve it, and they equal these numbers, then this is called, yes, that is a function, because each number here matches up with the number here. Okay? Let's look at the next example. Okay? This one. These are the numbers that I put into the equation. When I solve it, I get these numbers. So I want you to notice here, if I have 2 and I put it into my equation and it equals 5, okay? This one, if I put 4 into the equation and it equals 5 also. This is still called, yes, this is a function because each number for the input has an output number. Okay? Let's look at the next example. This one, I have my numbers here for the input to put in the equation, and then these are the answers. So notice here, 3 matches up with 4, okay? 5 has 6 or 8. This is not a function because 5 has 2 possible answers. If it has 2 possible answers, it is not a function, okay? All right, so this one is mapping. Let's look at another different kind of example. Okay, this is a chart. Here is my X. That's going to be my input, and then Y is the output. I want you to notice 0 and 5, that's fine. 1 and 10, that's fine. 2. If I put 2 in, it could equal 15 or it could equal 20. This is not a function because 2 has 2 possible different answers. Let's look at another one. Okay? Same thing, just set up in a different way. 2 and 5, 4 and 5, 6 and 8, 8 and 12, or 10 and 12. Because all of my inputs are different. I do have 5 over here, but the input is only one input for that answer. Okay? So this, yes, this is a function. Okay? If I look at a graph, let's look at this one first. Again, here is X. X is for my inputs, okay? And then my Y is going to be this number. So if I look, this has one output, one answer, okay? So this, yes, that is a function. This one on the bottom is different. Notice for this first number, 1, I have 2 possible answers. This one has 2 possible answers. This one has 2 possible answers. This is not a function because it has 2 possible answers. Let's look at these. If I have the numbers for a graph, okay, look here. 1 matches with 3, 2 matches with 3, 3 matches with 5, 4 goes with 6, or 4 goes with 8. This is not a function because 4 has 2 possible answers. This one, yes, this is a function because each one is different. Each input number has a different outcome answer. Okay? Let's look at the third one. If I look here, 3 and 10, 4 and 20, 5 and 20, that's fine. That's fine because each input has an answer. Now my input for 6, it could be 30 or 6 could be 40. This is not a function because my input number, what I put into the equation, could have 2 or more answers. All right? Now, there's another thing that I wanted to explain to you. If the equation has an exponent, it is not possible to be a function. For example, let's look at this one. Okay, here's my information. I have used this to make the graph. So this is my equation, y equals x squared. If I just make up some numbers to put in for x, I can figure out how much is y. So if I substitute in 0 for x, so 0 squared equals 0. Okay? If I substitute in -1 in my equation, -1 squared equals 1. So I keep going that way, come up with some numbers for my chart, and if I plot them, it would look like this. This is not linear. Okay? Another example. Here is my equation. Notice it has the exponent. Okay? Again, same process. I put some numbers in and then solve to get the answers. When I plot them, it will look like this shape. This is not linear. And one more. I put some numbers in for that equation. Just make up the x's, solve for y. In the beginning, it looks like it might be fine, but if I keep going, then I have a number way up here, and then I also have a number way down here. That is not linear, not linear. Okay, one more thing that I wanted to talk to you about, okay? If I have a graph and this kind, then I can use that to compare information. If I have this data, you already know how to find y equals mx plus b. Okay, I can find how much is the y-intercept, which was 15, and then I can figure out how much is my slope, and then solve for that equation. This one would equal 105. If I do the same thing here, you already know this. We've been practicing this one. Y equals mx plus b. I can figure out that my y-intercept is 40. Okay, and then solve. Take my 80 minus 60 divided by 4 minus 2. That's going to equal 10. Okay, put that in and then substitute in a number for the x. That would equal 100. Now, I want to let you know that you can use this information to compare data. Next, I'm going to show you the notes from Coach Gear and let you copy that. The charts are the same information that I've been showing you so far.